So we have our vinyl cut, okay? It is, you guys just saw how that vinyl was cut by the machine. And what I've done is I've cut that off. So this is just those pieces that we cut, okay? So I've removed it from the roll. We're now over at the light tables here, and we're gonna take a look first at the tools and the stuff that you're gonna need to finish and finalize this to get it to a sticker that you can put onto whatever it is you wanna put it on. So a couple tools that you're gonna need. One, you're gonna need a squeegee, okay? The squeegee is gonna help us apply the application tape here to the vinyl, okay? You're gonna need a pair of scissors. You will need some sort of X-Acto knife, a pair of tweezers, and the vinyl ball. The vinyl ball here is what we put all of our waste on. So we've been building this ball here for over the last few years, so all of the scraps that we take off that we don't want, all the stuff that we weed away, we just stick it onto the ball and we keep growing the ball. Kind of a fun little project. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is, you can see I have 3 images all stacked onto one thing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them. So I'm going to carefully cut between the 2 images here and here. Okay, so I'm going to separate these out so it's a little easier to work. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with yours as well. So we'll separate all these out and everybody will get their own so you can work on yours individually. Okay. So now that we have this one, what we're going to do is we need to kind of weed away and remove all of the stuff that we don't want. So everything in the background, all around your entire object, we need to get rid of, okay? So to do that, what I like to do is first start by creating some relief cuts. The relief cuts are going to allow us to take this background part off in pieces, so you don't have to try and take the whole thing off. So I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. That's where this is going to come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully go to the edge where the cutter made a mark, and I'm going to carefully cut just through the vinyl. I'm not going to cut through the carrying sheet. You can see here, and I know it's really hard to see on white, but I've made a cut right here, but I have not come all the way through. You can see it's still a solid sheet, okay? So I've made a slice through the vinyl, but not through the whole sheet. And again, you don't have to push very hard to do this, okay? So now I'm gonna come up here towards the top and make another one. I'll come over here and make one. Again, I'm just gonna make a couple little ones here so it's easier to separate this vinyl so I don't have to do everything in one big piece. Okay, so again, I've gone through there and I have not cut through the entire sheet, just through the vinyl layer, okay? So here we go. I'm now going to take the tweezers, okay, and the tweezers are gonna come in handy because it's gonna allow you to start weeding away and getting rid of some of the stuff here. So you can see I'm gonna need a couple more little lines. So I'm gonna put those in there and that should help us out a little bit. Okay, and let's do this. Okay, so now we're going to take our tweezers, and I'm going to pick away carefully at the edge here. Try and break that free. Okay, so you can see I've got that broken free, and I'm going to zoom in here a little bit to try and make this a little easier for you guys to see. So give me 1 second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed this away, okay, and I'm just going to carefully peel, and I'm rolling the vinyl back across itself, okay. I want to be very careful as I'm going through that the pieces that I want to save are going to stay onto the sheet. So you may need to use the points right here, the points of the tweezers to kind of push and get those little pieces to stay. I can use my finger here. Got another one right here. All right, that broke away. Cool. So you can see I'm just peeling this away and I'm getting rid of all of the stuff I don't want. So you can see you can take this off in tiny little pieces. We'll now take this and stick it onto the ball. And all I'm gonna do is start going around, all the way around the whole outside here to get rid of all of that vinyl that I don't want. And I'm going to slowly peel it back over itself. Again, I'm going slow. I don't want the vinyl to stick back on itself, okay? So again, peel off that piece, and you can see how I'm just going around. I'm gonna kind of come in here now. I've got a piece that's up in the air, and I don't want that to stick to anything else. So I'm gonna gently peel this out here. Again, you want to be very careful and conscious of what things look like. You may need to cut this with a little razor blade. Depending on how complicated your design is. Okay. Again, I'm just rolling this back across. I'm being very careful and slow as I peel away more and more of the vinyl that I don't want. Come up here. Start it with the tweezers. Peel this back. Again, rolling it back over itself really helps out. Especially with those little tiny thin stuff, if you have any. Okay, again, we should try and avoid the thin little stuff. Okay. Now I've got a couple little things here, so I got to be careful. Come in with the tweezers. I'm going to open these up. Okay, so here it is. Here's our sticker. So you can see here, we've got everything is weeded away that we don't want. Okay, all the background is taken out, and this is our sticker. This is all we wanted off of that. Okay, you can see all of the white got peeled away in the background that we don't want. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this. This is not finished yet because you would have to take and individually peel all of these little pieces off and then stick it to the window or whatever it is. And in realigning all of them on top of each other, it's not going to work. Okay, you're not going to be able to get it to be exactly like the design that you did. So we need to apply the application tape. So let me zoom out here and get reset back up so you guys can see how we're going to apply that tape. All right, so with that, we're going to use the application tape, okay? Like I said before, this is like large masking tape, okay? And this is what's gonna help us transfer all of these little pieces of vinyl onto our window. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully open this up and peel this back. All right, and expose some of the sticky side. We're then going to take that and lay the application tape over our sticker. And we want to make sure that we're covering across the whole width here, okay? And we are going to take this and stick the application tape down all the way to the cutting mat. And this is where we're going to use the squeegee. We're going to squeegee this out and get this nice and stuck. Okay? We'll stick this all the way down like that, making sure we have no air bubbles trapped in there. Air bubbles are bad, okay? That's going to give us a bad ending result, okay, if we've got air bubbles trapped in there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this so it doesn't move, and I'm going to pull some more application tape out, just a little bit here. And I'm going to take my squeegee, and I'm going to squeegee that application tape down towards the roll. Again, I'm squeezing all that air out to the open space on the back side. So I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to just gently let go of the roll and let it move as I squeegee towards. So your hands are going to kind of move towards each other. So I'm going to take my squeegee and slowly move and pull it in, and then squeegee the sides. You can see I'm always going towards the roll, okay, and pushing the air bubbles out. Hold this, pull some more, and again, squeegee towards the roll, making sure that that gets nice and flat. So I've covered my entire document here. My entire piece is all covered by application tape. I'm now going to cut the roll off here, okay? And I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to push and make sure that this is very stuck to the table. So you take your squeegee and squeegee that out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a final trim, okay? I'm going to trim and cut out my sticker so it's all done. I need to get rid of all the extra application tape around the outsides. Here's a tip. You do not want to cut on the edge of your carrying sheet here. You want to cut through the carrying sheet and the application tape. That's going to ensure that you have a nice stuck edge of your application tape. If you cut right along the edge, the application tape starts to peel and curl, and your sticker could fall off. So this is nice and stuck. I'm now going to take my razor blade here, my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut through both pieces. Be sure you don't cut through your vinyl area that you want to keep, okay? And then we'll just peel this off, and that piece gets thrown away. You can see here I've got a very nice, clean, crisp edge. So I'll continue on, cutting through. Okay, so all of this is garbage, right? All of this we don't need, so we'll make sure that that gets into the garbage can. And here is our finished sticker, okay? This now has application tape on it, and we're ready to stick this guy up onto a window, whether it be your car window, whatever it might be, your Chromebook, all of that. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you guys how to apply this to a window.